Your plan for this year is already dead. You just haven't realized it yet. That list of goals you wrote back in January, it's your prison. And every day you follow it, you become weaker. Stop. I see your brain twitching right now. It wants to say, another motivational speech. Here comes believe in yourself. No, this is not motivation. This is an autopsy. What you call strategy is just your prayer to chaos, begging it to spare you. But chaos does not spare. It devours the predictable. In 1944, the American army sent planes into war that came back with holes in their wings. Engineers looked at the holes and said, "We need to reinforce the wings with armor." But one mathematician, Abraham Vold, asked, "Where are the holes on the planes that didn't come back?" He understood. Everyone analyzes the ones who returned, but you need to look at those who are already gone. It's called survivorship bias. Right now, you are such a plane. You look at those who are successful and copy their plans, but you don't see those who followed the same plans and vanished. They simply don't exist. I will prove to you that plans kill in 90 seconds. If in a minute and a half you haven't seen your main mistake, close the video. But you won't close it. Because right now, for the first time, you looked into the void where the planes that didn't return should be. And that changed your angle of vision. Let's go. Let's run an experiment. Recall your biggest failure. Not just a setback, but the moment you felt completely helpless. What happened? Most likely, events didn't go according to plan. Someone behaved differently than you expected. The market changed. Your boss turned out to be illogical. You predicted one scenario, but another occurred. This is the trap. You build your security on the predictability of the world. But the world is not predictable. It is cruel, capricious, and full of beings who also want power. And if your opponent knows your next move, you've already lost. Take a classic example. IBM dominated computers in the 90s. They had a perfect plan. They knew customers wanted reliable, expensive, stationary machines. Then Steve Jobs appeared. He didn't make yet another reliable computer. He created a beautiful toy that could do almost nothing, but did it with charm. IBM couldn't anticipate this move because it didn't fit their model. Or Elon Musk. In 2018, he tweeted that he wanted to take Tesla private at $420 a share. All the lawyers, the entire financial world screamed, "This is insane!" Musk knew it was irrational, but he did it anyway. He forced the entire world to play his game. Now look at yourself. Are you a convenient employee? Do you always submit reports on time? Do you never argue with management? You are predictable. You can be replaced. Your value can be calculated. You are a cog, and a cog can always be swapped out. Imagine the difference between chess and poker. In chess, everything is transparent. You see your opponent's pieces. You can calculate 10 moves ahead. Chess is a game of predictability. Poker is a game of incomplete information. You don't know your opponent's cards, whether they're bluffing. That uncertainty gives the weak a chance to beat the strong, and the strong a chance to crush the overconfident. You've been living life like chess. You show your cards. It's time to switch to poker. The weak love stability. They ask for guarantees. They sign long-term contracts, stay at the same job for 20 years. They try to tie life to the shore. But life is an ocean. and those who tie themselves to the shore will drown when the wave crashes over the pier. Those who learn to move with the wave will survive. So you've broken one pattern. You felt how dynamics shift when you stop being predictable. Now I'll teach you how to do this systematically. I call it the method of 3 rings. Each ring is a level of dominance. The first ring, you become elusive. The second, you become dangerous. The third, you become inevitable. Most people never even enter the first ring. You will enter all 3. The first ring is the simplest and the hardest at the same time. It is breaking the pattern. You must become inconvenient. Not aggressive, not evil, but inconvenient. Inconvenient for those who are used to controlling you. Machiavelli wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot protect himself from wolves. Therefore, one must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." You must change masks, not to lie, but so that you cannot be read. Here's an example. Your boss is used to you replying to messages within 5 minutes. Start replying in an hour. But at the same time, deliver key projects ahead of schedule. He'll be confused. He'll start thinking, maybe he's busy with something important. Maybe he's gotten other offers. You've created tension, and tension is leverage. Do this tomorrow. Choose one ritual where you are predictable and break it. Don't explain, don't justify. Just do it differently. In the world of intelligence, there is a concept called picturesque chaos. A legendary agent working in London in the 60s never arrived to meetings on time. He changed routes every 15 minutes. He'd enter a shop, buy something unnecessary, leave through the back door. His MI5 tail went crazy. They said, "This man has no system." But he did have a system. The system of absence of system. He knew, even if your tail is the best operative, sooner or later the human brain will tire of searching for logic where there is none, and it will make a mistake. Right now, you are an open book. Your roots, your reactions, your weaknesses, all are known to those around you, and they use them against you. Maybe not overtly, maybe subconsciously, but they use them. The first ring takes that weapon away from them. The second ring is what separates an obedient soldier from a conqueror. It is strategic irrationality. The weak believe in logic. The strong use logic to control the weak. But when 2 strong ones meet, the one who is willing to go where logic forbids will win. In 1482, Lorenzo de Medici, ruler of Florence, found himself trapped. The Pope and the King of Naples united against him. Everyone advised Lorenzo to seek compromise, give up territories, pay tribute. That was logical. But Lorenzo acted irrationally. He went personally to Naples, to his mortal enemy, without weapons, without guarantees. It was madness. King Ferrante was known for mummifying his enemies, but that gesture, his personal appearance, broke the pattern so completely that the king could not kill him. He made peace. Lorenzo returned a hero. Irrationality, backed by cold blood, became his shield. Now apply this to yourself. Imagine a negotiation. You want a deal. Everyone expects you to haggle. If you simply name a price, you're predictable. But if you stand up and say, "I don't need your money. I need your best resource. Otherwise, I will destroy your business by joining forces with your competitor. And I'll do it for free, just out of interest." You've broken his brain. He can't calculate just out of interest. He starts to panic. You've seized the initiative. That is dominance. It is not physical strength. It is the power of breaking the pattern. In 1992, George Soros bet against the British pound. All the world's economists said, "This is madness. The Bank of England cannot lose." But Soros saw that the logic of the crowd was a trap. He went against it. He broke the Bank of England in one day, earning $1 billion. It wasn't luck. It was strategic irrationality, based on understanding. The majority is predictable, and that's precisely what makes them vulnerable. In the next situation where you're expected to make a logical move, do the opposite. Not to cause harm, but to see how the balance of power shifts. The third ring is the deepest. It's what makes you invulnerable. It has become a black box. No one should know your true motivation. No one should know your ultimate goal. Once the goal is known, you have a vulnerability. Your goal is a secret that must die with you. Remember Cesare Borgia. He seized cities, but never announced which one would be next. He could ally with a city and then wipe it off the map a month later. His enemies constantly wondered, what is he planning? It paralyzed them. They couldn't gather their forces because they didn't know where the blow would come from. In the modern world, this principle means stop posting your goals on social media. Every post about starting a business is an invitation to saboteurs. Stop talking about your ideas before they're realized. Ideas in your head are power. Ideas spoken aloud are prey. Stop discussing your weaknesses with colleagues. A weakness you reveal is a lever that will someday be used against you. Become a riddle. Let people speculate. Let them waste energy trying to figure you out. You use that time for action. 3 rings. Breaking the pattern. Strategic irrationality. Black box. If you master even the first, you become elusive. If the second, dangerous. If the third, inevitable. But now, I have to ask you something. About what's stopping you from starting today. About what holds you in predictability, stronger than any plan. It's fear. Not fear of losing, no. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear that you'll be rejected when you stop being convenient. And it's that fear we're going to dissect now. Because as long as it's inside you, you won't start. Be honest. When I talk about unpredictability, resistance rises inside you. You think, but that's unfair. That's manipulation. Yes, it is manipulation. Or, as smart people call it, management of reality. Look at your life right now. Are you honest? Are you convenient? And where are you? In line, in debt, in the grey mass, waiting to be allowed to be happy. You're afraid that if you become unpredictable, you won't be understood. You'll be rejected. But understand a simple thing. You are only rejected by equals. You are feared by the strong. You are obeyed by the weak. If you want to be predictable, go work in HR. If you want power, you must accept that angel and demon must coexist inside you, and you must command them both. Kill the part of you that seeks approval. That person is weak. Activate the one who seeks results. The weak person acts according to a plan. The strong person acts according to circumstances. The dominant person creates circumstances. He walks into a room and the air changes. Because no one knows, will this person destroy me today or elevate me? Will he laugh at my joke or tear up the contract? That uncertainty, that is your scepter. But let's go deeper. There's another reason you cling to predictability. It's fear of your own shadow. Carl Jung said that every person has a shadow side, the qualities they suppress to meet social expectations. You suppress aggression, cruelty, selfishness, and you live in a world where others have those qualities but you don't. But dominance without shadow is impossible. You must integrate your shadow, not become evil, but become whole. Allow yourself to be the one people fear when necessary. Then you'll stop being a puppet in the hands of those who aren't afraid of their own shadow. A real-life example. Chris Voss, former FBI agent and one of the best negotiators in the world, says, "When I walk into a room, I want people to feel a slight discomfort. Not fear, but discomfort. Because in discomfort, they start telling the truth." Voss doesn't try to be pleasant. He allows his shadow, coldness, insight, even ruthlessness, to show. And that makes him lethally effective. You must learn the same. I'm not giving you a plan. A plan is a cage. I'm giving you a concept. I'm giving you a ritual. Tomorrow when you wake up, do 3 things. First, delete from your phone every app where you publicly set goals. Delete posts about plans. Delete in-progress statuses. Become invisible to the crowd. Second, choose one situation today where you usually act predictably. In a negotiation, a conversation with your boss, an argument, and do the opposite. If you were supposed to agree, refuse. If you were supposed to yell, fall silent. If you were supposed to explain, smile and say nothing. Break the pattern. Feel how the dynamic shifts. Third, ask yourself, what part of my shadow am I hiding for fear of judgment? And let it out in a safe but noticeable form. Do this not for the sake of evil. Do this to remind your subconscious, you are not a victim of circumstances. You are chaos that has taken human form. But be careful. Unpredictability for its own sake is schizophrenia. Unpredictability as a strategy is an art. You must always remember your higher purpose. Chaos is a method, not a destination. You create chaos to establish your own order. Your order. In history, there was one emperor who understood this better than anyone, Augustus. He came to power after Caesar's assassination, when Rome was plunged into civil war. Augustus was cold-blooded. He made alliances only to break them moments later. He declared amnesties, then secretly destroyed his enemies. His behavior was so unpredictable that his opponents never knew whether to trust his peaceful overtures. And when they let their guard down, he struck. In the end, he became sole ruler and established the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. He used chaos to create an era of stability, but stability on his terms. You must become like him. Create chaos around you so you can dictate the rules of the game afterward. You'll become inconvenient. You'll be feared, then respected, then followed. Because people always follow those who seem stronger and more mysterious than themselves. If you're ready to step out of the swamp of predictability and into the cold waters of unpredictability, do it. But remember, once you start, there's no going back. You can no longer be the nice guy. You will become effective.